Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Jessica Ralston.
And I'm Rory Johnston. Year after year, DNA continues to change the way we find criminals.
Several burglaries in Franklin went unsolved for months until the smallest bit of evidence made a really big difference. New here at 10, Chris Cannon is live in our newsroom. Chris, police really don't even need fingerprints anymore.
Jessica, wearing gloves or wiping down surfaces will not keep the law away from criminals anymore. It's nearly impossible to leave a crime scene without leaving some evidence behind, and a suspected burglar found that out the hard way.
Everyone that lived in apartment complexes was scared.
9 months ago, burglars terrorized residents.
We had extra patrols out, we had undercover officers out.
Franklin police suspected they were dealing with a serial criminal.
There were 2 complexes that were plagued by a burglar that was actually kicking in doors during the middle of the afternoon.
The era of Cool Springs and Carrington Hills were the targets back in February.
Investigators didn't have much to go on in these burglary cases, but they did have one link to the person behind the crimes.
DNA finally identified the person Franklin police were looking for.
At a burglary scene, he left behind DNA evidence that was able to be uploaded to a national registry.
That DNA from Franklin sat in that registry, and soon there was a hit, a match from a crime scene in Alabama.
Our detective and the Huntsville detective quickly realized that our cases were linked and that we were looking for the same suspect.
But Franklin police still didn't have a name, just 2 DNA samples. That is until DeMarcus Coleman's DNA sample was put into the system after he was arrested in Alabama. DNA is a lock when it comes to solving crimes.
The science combined with the law enforcement, it leaves criminals very few places to hide.
It's very difficult not to leave the identifiable molecules behind.
It may be a hair follicle that falls from your arm. It may be the fact that you sneezed on your hand 5 minutes earlier and touched a doorknob.
And in Franklin, that's all it took to solve a crime that terrorized a lot of people.
Coleman has been indicted on 4 counts of aggravated burglary in Franklin, 3 for the break-ins at Viera Cool Springs and the 4th for Carrington Hills. The 22-year-old is currently in custody in Alabama. Jessica?
Police believe DeMarcus Coleman was not alone when they say he traveled to Franklin and committed those crimes. More arrests are possible.